we're going to show you today is doing 5 runs of stockades. So the problem with stockades and just showing one run is that each run ends up looking a little bit different just due to the RNG of the stuns. So what I'm going to show you is me doing the run 5 times. We're going to run the same route, or basically the same route every time, and I'm going to show you how I get this done in a timely manner. So it looks like one of our people left, but we've got one person back, so we're still looking for 2 more. Let me go over this macro for you guys one more time, just so you can see what we're typing here. So we got the waiting to sell, stocks boost, obviously FFA loot. I do not spend any time looting in stocks, okay? There is no epics that's gonna drop, no edge masters. It's not worth it. I'm prioritizing just getting this done for my boosties as quickly as possible, so I'm not taking the time to loot. If they want to come and loot, that's up to them. They're more than welcome to. The problem with looting, you might think, oh well, I just want to go ahead and loot anyways, just to be able to maximize the amount of gold I can get. Keep in mind, you're going to fill up within the first 2 runs. So even if you do loot for your first 2 runs, the last 3 runs, you're not even going to be able to loot anything after that. So just something to keep in mind. Now we're just looking for one more person. Now this SW stop and SW play I have in the macro is triggering this stopwatch right here, and it's just helping me make sure that I'm not spamming the chat too much. So once I hit at least a minute, then I'm free to go ahead and hit that macro again, and then I'll reset my stopwatch there. So still waiting for one last person here, and then we'll be getting started. Should not take too long. I'm not going to do any cuts in this video. I want you guys to be able to see everything from the start to the finish. So you can see me creating my group, you can see me at the very start, you can see me resetting, you'll see everything. Okay, and like I said, just waiting for one last person to get in here. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you get an instant, 4 whispers and you're ready to go. Sometimes it might take a couple minutes. It looks like there's other people selling this boost right now. Right now it's 7 p.m. for me right now, 7:30. So a lot of people on, people coming home from work and getting off of school, etc. So a little bit of a competition. I do notice that when it's like very, very late at night, usually I'm the only person that's offering these. But one of the main problems with stocks boost is that it's so fast. You don't really have to worry about the hourly lockout. You hit that in about 37 minutes. But the main thing is actually hitting the daily lockout. So if you do this for about 6 hours, you'll hit the lockout, which is about 30 instances in 24 hours. So it is a problem. Basically the way I remedy that is I try not to do this more than like 3 times a day, which would be 15 runs total, and that allows me to still be able to do other instances, like if I want to go and farm pre-raid biz, for example. So I walk in here, people start trading me. Usually I don't have to trade people, they just trade me, and then I can see with the Nova instance tracker, I can see who traded me in the chat. So CEG, Dark Shadow, and GOE. So the person I'm missing is Arrow and Butt, this hunter here, waiting for him to come in. Let's go ahead and hit our map just so we can see exactly where he's at. Looks like he's gonna come in, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit my ice spear because I'm gonna need that for my pull. Gonna go ahead and create 2 mana gems here, just my highest 2 ranks here. Go ahead and trade this person so we can get started. So I don't recommend having people pay 1 dungeon at a time, which would be 3 gold a run. I just have them pay me the 15 gold up front. Looks like this person doesn't have all of his money, so we just gotta wait for him to go grab that real quick. I'm gonna show you guys my talents real quick. This is real standard talent build. The only thing I don't have in the frost tree is improved frostbolt, don't need that. Frostbite, don't need that. And winter's chill, do not need that. In the arcane tree, I've got 2 in arcane subtlety, 3 in arcane focus, 5 in magic absorption. This can be replaced with clear casting for Sake specifically, but having the magic absorption helps you do like SM boost as well. Arcane resilience and improved arcane explosion, nothing in the fire tree. So we got all 4 of our people, they paid their gold. If you have the Nova instance tracker, you can open up your trade log and see that you've gotten all the gold. So now I don't have to worry about gathering any gold for the other 4 runs. I can just run out, reset, run back in, and we'll be all good. So I've got my ice barrier on before the pull. That's just having my cooldown start ticking during the pull. So by the time I need my ice barrier again, it'll be off cooldown. So you see it's all cooldown now. I still have an ice barrier up, so it's ready to go once this one falls off. You notice I enter in the first room, just walk into the end, hit rank 1 arcane explosion to pull the mobs. And then after that second room, I cast a frost nova. Make sure I grab that pat there. If that pat's there, make sure you grab them. Just makes it easier for your next pull, but it's not required. If you don't see the pat when you're doing your pull, I wouldn't waste any time trying to grab it. So just a standard frost nova once they're all grouped up. Shatter combo with the flame strike and cone of cold. Super simple, not difficult at all. Stockades, I feel, is one of the easiest dungeons to run through and boost people. And now the way I do it is there's 5 total pulls, so there's going to be 1 pull down this main hallway, and then 1 pull down this hallway, and then a pull at the end, and 1 pull down this hallway and a pull at the end. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So I say right is tight. So right being from the entrance, this would be the right hand side over here, and then this would be the left side. The left side's a little bit easier. So you can do the right side if you have ice block up and cold snap up. I recommend having all your cooldowns up for that. Now I do have them up, so I could go to the right side right now, but I know I'm not going to use cold snap or ice block for this left wing here, so I'm not too worried about it. So if you decide to do the right side first, go ahead, you're more than welcome to. Maybe in the next run we'll do right side first. But regardless, just pick a side to go down. Just know which side you're going down, okay? I want to grab this guy over here. Okay, so I'm taking some extra damage. I'm going to go ahead and pop a mana shield here just so I can save some mana here. Could go ahead and cancel it now. Flame strike, cone cold, super simple. Easy peasy. Now you may see some runs on YouTube doing a 1 pull where you pull this hallway and you go to the end. The reason why I don't do that is just because the increased rate of potential wipes. Okay, so doing 5 pulls in this instance, I have had some times where I've still wiped just pulling specifically on the right side, which we'll be covering in a little bit, in a couple minutes. So there are pulls that can make this a little bit faster, but then also a little bit dangerous. This specifically where I'm doing the 5 pull strategy, you really should not have any risk of dying. I'd say maybe about 5 to 10% while you're learning, and then once you get it down to the point where you've learned it, it's almost 0%. Now that, keep in mind, my boosts that I do, my guides that I upload onto YouTube to teach you guys, I really do prioritize guides that don't have any world buff requirements, no potions, no flasks, etc. Just because that's the way I like to play the game. I like to just be able to log in, not really need anything except my character to be able to do these things. So if you watch my ZF tutorial where I showed you how to get from level 40 to 54 in ZF solo, you'll notice that the only thing that I had was a minor speed increase to my boots. That's the only thing I use. Even that's not required. But other than that, I'm not using any potions. You can see I've got 0 potions here on my bar. 0 potions, 0 health potions. I use 0 mana potions. The only thing I use are my mana gems, and that's it. Okay. So with this 5 pull strategy, you don't need any consumes, nothing like that. That's going to eat into your profits, and it's also going to keep things very safe for you. So like I said, right is tight, so we're going on the right side now. The only thing that's going to be different from the right side compared to the left side is that we're going to start off with a mana barrier. Now keep in mind, on the left side I did use a mana barrier, but that was because I had to pull that extra mob that I unfortunately missed, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and just run through here. Now one thing you want to keep in mind is that anytime you do a pull with mana barrier, you want to make sure you have a mana gem up and available. I'm just going to go ahead and blink in this last room because this is the last mobs that I need. Now using blink is a little risky on the right side because you can still get stunned, and you do want to keep that blink for your stun. The only time oh wow, this is very unfortunate, but I'm glad we're being able to show this. So I'm gonna go ahead and blink here since it's on cooldown. I'm gonna cold snap and ice frost nova. I'm sorry, and then we're just gonna go ahead and try that shatter combo again. Now I'm gonna go ahead and run out of here, try to get some distance. This is a rank 1 blizzard here. There's a couple ways I could have done this. I could have tried to tank them with a just continue just using arcane explosion, but I want to wait until my frost nova is up, and when I have my frost nova up, I'm going to get my shatter procs, and I'm also going to prevent them from running around also. It's a rank 1 cone of cold, by the way. There I've got rank 1 arcane explosion, rank 1 cone of cold, and rank 1 fire blast on my bars. Go ahead and just wand down this last mob, and then we'll be good for our last pull. I'll go ahead and hover Nova Instance Tracker on my mini map just to see how many mobs are killed and how long it's taken. I'm just drinking up here. Notice I've got my ice barrier on already, so that cooldown is ticking down. It'll be ready by the time I do my pull. Almost there. You can do a little bit of drink walking and eat walking if you'd like. Basically just catching these drinks on my mana ticks so I can drink and walk at the same time, and I won't lose any mana from that. And one thing you want to keep in mind when grabbing these mobs in the back with the arcane explosion is that you don't want the walls to clip. So basically these little pillars right here, you just want to be careful of that. If you have a mob that's like standing in front of you, you just want to try to hit it through one of these holes right here, through the gates. Quick little flame strike, cone of cold. Simple, simple, simple. Arcane explosion. Easy as that. Look at that. Now, one thing to notice, I went through this room right here first. I blinked across to this room, and I did this room last. One thing you'll notice, if you do that middle room first or second, Basil Thed actually has an opportunity to reset, which is not good. We don't want any mobs to reset. So this run, we got 91 mobs. The maximum you can get is 93, so we only missed 2 mobs, so I'm not too upset about that. What we'll go ahead and do is pop a cheeky little ready check. That's just going to send a sound effect to all of my boosties, letting them know that we are finished with that run. I'll go ahead and reset the instance with Nova Instance Tracker. Is going to tell my boosties that the raid or the dungeon, the dungeon has been reset, so they're able to walk back in. I'm looking at my UI frame, making sure all the health bars are lit up, which means that they're all inside the instance with me. I'm going to go ahead and hit my ice barrier just so that cooldown can start ticking down. I'm going to go ahead and drink. I need to make 1 mana ruby right here just so I can get myself prepared. And then as soon as I hit a full mana bar, we're just going to be running down and doing the pull again. So a quick rundown of this main pool again, this main hallway. We're going to run into the first room. I happen to do the room on the left, but you're able to do whichever room. If you want to go right first, it's up to you. I always just do the left room first. Rank 1 arcane explosion, walk through, grab this one, making sure he's in line of sight of me so that arcane explosion hits. I'm going to cast a rank 1 frost nova to root them in place after the second room. Grab this third room. And then after this fourth room, I'm going to wait for the mobs to gather up a little bit. I'm just going to blink right past them. Recast my ice barrier, looking for that pat. I don't see him, so I'm just going to walk straight through. Now at the end here, I just want to stand in the middle of the room here, so that way once I get them all gathered up in Frost Nova, I still have room inside of here to be able to navigate myself for this shatter combo. Finish them off with arcane explosions. Super duper simple. You see that Pat's walking through right there. I just make sure I don't aggro him. Now typically when I see the Pat, I want to go down the side that the Pat is on, just because I know where he's at. I want to pick him up while I see him. He's in my line of sight. Now I did say I want to do the right side first next, but I do have my cold snap on cooldown, so I'm going to go ahead and just omit that for now, and I'm going to go down this left side. This left side is always safer, so if I have any cooldowns that are not available, like a mana ruby is on cooldown, cold snaps on cooldown, ice blocks on cooldown, I'm going down the left side first. The only time I'm going on the right side is if I have all my cooldowns available. Now sometimes there might be a case where your cooldowns are not available, and then in that case, you know, there is a way you can split the pulls up and just do 2 rooms at a time. That's always a possibility. Just gonna grab this last mob right over here. Sorry, it should be a little cleaner, but I'm doing this commentary and doing the run at the same time, so you know, give me a little break here. Cool little shot, shatter combo, super simple, easy enough. You've already seen this 10 times by now. You can look in the chat. Look, we're already getting some dings here. Within 5 runs, someone should ding from level 15 to 16 within 5 runs, probably within like 3 or 4 runs. Now, when I get these boosties paying me gold, I don't check the level requirements because at the end of the day, they're all just paying clients. So if they're paying to get in, then I'm letting them in, right? But if you are boosting like a guilty or you're boosting yourself on another account, I would recommend getting some level 15s in your group, at least one, and that's going to bring your average level down. So the XP that your boosties are going to get is going to be based off of the average group level. So if you look at my Nova instance track right here, you see the average group level is 29.2. I'm just going to blink past these mobs here after I grab that one. You see the average group level is 29.2, which means these mobs are around 23, 24, 25, and 26. So that's within a couple levels of the level of these mobs, which means the XP is going to be okay. Ideally, you want to get it like a little bit under or around the level of the mobs. But 29.2, that's going to be just fine. If you have too many people that are like really high, like a whole bunch of people that are level 25 and up, and then added you being a level 60, you're gonna bring that average level up to like level 32, and it's just not gonna be most ideal for XP. But if you're the one boosting and you just have 4 boosty clients that you don't know, I'm not really worried about that, right? You know, they're all paying customers at the end of the day, they're all getting the same experience. But something just to keep in mind if you're boosting yourself or a guilty. So now I have ice block, my mana ruby still. I'm gonna go ahead and pop an mana barrier because we're going on the right side. Remember, right is tight, so you just always want to use a mana barrier. I still don't have my cold snap, so I'm just gonna be praying that I don't need it. So when I say that there's like a very, very small chance to wipe in stockades, even with this pool method, this is when it would happen. It's when you don't have cold snap and you get really, really unlucky with the stuns. Now, so far I haven't gotten stunned yet. The main culprit of the stuns is going to be Cam Deep Fury, which is the dwarf right here. So just keep that in mind. He's the main reason why you'll get the most stuns on the right side is because of Cam Deep Fury. He does have a stun if he is able to hit you. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's stun, it's more of like a knockdown. But regardless, it's hard CC at the end of the day, and that's never good. So you see, I got really, really lucky there, and this is the reason why I'm not just showing one run, I'm showing all 5 runs, is because each run ends up looking a little bit different, and it would be disingenuous of me to just show you one run where everything goes perfectly smooth and then lead you to believe that that's how every run looks like, because I promise you that's not what it looks like. In that run, I could have gotten stunned in this first room, gone to the second room, gotten stunned, had to blink out, run through this hallway, gotten stunned again with no blink, had to ice block, and still had these other 2 rooms to pull still. That's a very, very possible outcome, and something you have to be prepared for, and just recognizing that if you get stunned like 18 times in a row, sometimes you're just destined to wipe, and it's okay. You know, I promise your boosties are not going to flame you if you die. Look, so I haven't even pulled all of the rooms yet, and I'm already getting stunned, okay? But I'm not panicking. I know I've got my ice barrier off cooldown, so I go ahead and do a preemptive frost nova here, which actually is not very good. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a rank 1 Chrono Cold here. Let's just try to create some distance here. Rank 1 Blizzard. Now look at this, I'm just freestyling here, right? This is not part of the plan. But I'm just trying to keep myself alive here for my cooldowns. I kind of want my ice barrier up before I do anything. I want my cold snap before I do anything. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to ice block. And then freeze him here. Oof. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Look at that, still getting stunned. So this is what I'm saying, guys. It's possible to wipe on these even as a level 60 with decent gear. Now keep in mind, for classic, this I wouldn't call this decent gear because we're only in phase 2. So phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, and phase 6, you're gonna have like even more insane gear. And then this gear is gonna look like absolutely terrible. But for phase 2, it's just like decent gear. Keep in mind, I don't have any raid gear on. Okay. You guys can do this stockades run with just like gear that you've gotten off the auction house, and then just doing your pre-raid abyss runs like on your way to 60. So the way I leveled up is I did the ZF farm until 54, and then once I got 54, I went into BRDs, the Black Rock Depths, and then I went into LBRS, Strat, Skolo, Ubers. Ubers doesn't give you a lot of XP because you're in a raid group, so I recommend saving that for 60. But just doing your dungeon runs on the way up to 60 is going to help you be prepared for 60 by getting your gear. I was able to get my Banthox sash before 60. I was able to get these, which these are not good. This rod of the Ogre Magi, I was able to buy that from a tribute chest. I think I spent maybe about 40 gold on it. Looks like I actually need to rebuff myself here, so a little oopsie. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Ice Barrier also, and just gonna go ahead and get a quick little drink on this box. Since I'm such a higher level than these mobs, it doesn't really matter that I'm like standing right next to it. It's not gonna aggro, so nothing that I'm worried about. See, I got my ice block, 3 minutes cooldown. We'll see what that cooldown's looking like after we finish this pull. I'm guessing it's still gonna be on cooldown by the time I finish this pull. So we'll probably end up going down the left side before the right side again. I'm gonna do a rank 1 Frost Nova after that second room there. Any mobs in the hallway, they really just social aggro. You don't have to do too much to pull them. Now remember, after this 4th room in the main hallway, we're going to wait for the mobs to group up and blink past them. Recast our ice barrier here. Looking for the Pat. There he is. Now this Targor the Dread, he can spawn in like any room he wants. I guess he owns this place or something. So don't be surprised if you see him in like weird locations. Looks like one of the mobs actually resisted out of my Nova early, but that's okay. As long as you have just one mob hitting you, you can always get your flame strike off quite reliably. Now the only problem stems when you have more than one mob hitting you, then it kind of becomes a problem. Now that is a little different on the right side. On the right side, you are more likely to get stunned. So even if you have just one mob hitting you, it can still be a little disastrous because that one mob can stun you. In a case where I get stunned while I'm casting the Flame Strike Cone of Cold combo, what I do is I wait for the near end of the Frost Nova almost until it's about to expire, and I cast a Cone of Cold. And basically what I do, what that's doing is casting at the end of the duration of a Frost Nova is that the ones that break from damage and the ones that break from the Frost Nova expiring, they all come out at the same time. If you Frost Nova and then instant Cone of Cold, then you'll have some that break out early and some that just like kind of stay stuck in there. So I actually made a mistake here. Also, I want to point that out where I used my Frost Nova too early. The only time you use your Frost Nova during the pull, actually the gathering phase of the pull, is during that main hallway. And you'll see what happens here is on these side hallways, if you use a Frost Nova during the gathering process, it actually won't be up by the time you're ready to kill the mobs, just because these hallways are so short. So that was a mistake I made, and you can see how I recovered that. Since I am in the left hallway, I can see which hallway I'm in just by using the mini bat, and I can see I'm on the left side here. The only way I was able to remedy that is because I just sat in front of the mobs for 5 seconds and let them hit me until my Frost Nova is up. Now, if that happened on the right side, it's a lot more dangerous because you are more likely to get stunned. So in that case, maybe the best option would have been like a cold snap into Frost Nova, and just, you know, even though it's coming up in like 3-4 seconds, just getting that Frost Nova off, or you know, getting that guaranteed will probably be the best option, because you don't want to just sit there and let the mobs hit you if you do have a chance of getting stunned. So remember, this middle room is always the room that we're going to pull last, and we're just going to go ahead and kill them in here. Now you do have an option to pull them out into the middle area out here if you want to, and kill them out here, but you are going to take a little bit extra damage. You have potential getting stunned, so really as soon as I'm able to get the mobs grouped up, I'm Frost Novaing them and I'm killing them wherever they're at, assuming I have enough room to get my combo off. And when I say I have enough room, basically what that means is I need enough distance away from the pack of mobs that I can cast my Flame Strike without getting hit. So as long as I have enough space to cast my Flame Strike and I've got all the mobs grouped up in one tight little pile, then I'm sending the kill combo right then and there. So now remember, right is tight, guys. Right is tight, so we're going down this right side. So what I'm going to do before I run down is cast a mana barrier. Keep in mind I have my mana gems up. You do not want to cast mana barrier if you do not have any mana gems up, because the mana you lose from mana barrier, you're going to regain that with your mana gem. Okay, so they basically just cancel each other out. So it looks like I'm getting stunned here. Since I don't have too many mobs on me, I'm going to save my blink. Okay, I'm going to save my blink. And now that I've got more mobs on me, I get stunned. Now I have my blink available. Now I'm in this last room here. Just gonna wait for them to all group up. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that. I'm spamming my cold snap. Ooh, my goodness, I'm just pressing every button I have. Alright, so I'm not gonna get that Flame Strike off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cast a Cold and a rank 1 Blizzard. Okay, so this is a really bad. I'm going to cast Frost Nova there. Keep in mind I use Frost Nova while I'm moving, so that's going to give me some leeway. I'm going to go ahead and cast another Ice Barrier. And I'm just kind of backtracking here, trying not to get hit. And I'm going to cast a max rank Blizzard here after using a mana gem. And hopefully this gets them all killed. So you guys can see, dealing with these stuns, you kind of need to freestyle it a little bit, because the stuns are truly just RNG. You never really know when these stuns are going to come out, so you have to play accordingly. And once again, this is why I'm showing you guys 5 runs instead of just 1 run, showing you a perfect run and saying, hey, this is how you guys can do it. I'm keeping it realistic for you guys. I'm showing you what 5 runs looks like. That's 25 pulls total, 5 instances, 5 pulls per instance is 25 pulls. I'm showing you each one of the pulls, what they look like. You're seeing my mistakes, you're seeing where I go right, you're seeing where I go wrong, and you're able to learn from me so you don't embarrass yourself in your runs. But I promise you, if you watch this video, you see my pulls, you learn from me, you also learn from my mistakes, you're going to be able to pull stocks and start making money with this, no problem at all. You see, I've got over 500 gold on this character, which is pretty decent. Let's just go ahead and do a quick slash played. I've got 2 days at max level right now. Keep in mind, like probably like half of that is in Altaric Valley, so I really haven't been doing too much, honestly. But I got some more guides coming out, guys. Go ahead and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I got a ZF guide for solo farm out right now, and then I have this stocks boost guide coming out soon. And then let me know what you guys want to see after that. Every single route I do are routes that, you know, I'm designing or coming up with, or if it's something that I'm borrowing from someone else, I'm finding some way to improve it, right? So that's the main problem with getting these videos out to you guys smoothly. It's just having to develop these routes. Like everything that you're seeing in this Stockades run is everything that I've developed myself. I did not go on YouTube, find a stocks guide, and then just copy that from my guide. That's the last thing we're doing. We're going in here, we're spending hours in Stockades, getting this down to a process where I'm limiting my rate of wipes to as low as possible, and then I'm showing you guys how I'm doing it. Okay, this is the way we do it around here. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the video if this helped. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you want to see. So I go ahead and pop another ready check just so my boosties can see that we are resetting. And usually this is going to help because your boosties more than likely are AFK. And when I say AFK, they're really at their keyboard. They're more just like in another tab. So that ready check just sounds off a sound alert, and it'll let them know when it's time for them to run out and run back in. Alright boys, so now I think we're in our third run. If you have Nova Instance Tracker, you can open it up and see how many runs you've done. So here's 1 full run, 2 full runs, 3 full runs, and then I'm currently in my 4th. So after this run, I will have 1 more run, and then we will be all done. We will be leaving each other. You will be going to another YouTube video, or you'll be going to do something else. Maybe you're getting off of YouTube after you watch this video, who knows. But I am enjoying the time that we're spending together. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you guys are learning something. Remember, after this 4th room here, we're just gonna blink past the mobs, cast an ice barrier, looking for that Pat. I don't see him, so we're just gonna go to this end room, standing near the middle-ish of the room. That way I can put myself along the wall here and then cast my shatter combo. Finish off with some arcane explosions. Simple enough. There's the Pat. So I'm just gonna break down my thought process here. I want to go down this left side here just because I don't have cold snap, but I do see that Pat going down the right side, but it looks like he's coming back down this left side again. So if I'm able to catch him down this left side, then I'm definitely gonna go down this left side first. Going to cast our ice barrier. We're also going to need a mana ruby. Go ahead and drink back up. If you want to make this go a little bit faster, you can do some drink walking. Guys, let me know, by the way, if you want a tutorial on drink walking. Let me know if that's something that you're doing in your games while you're playing. Are you drink walking at all? Because if you're not drink walking at all while you play mage or really any caster, then you're missing out on some efficiency. So let me know if you need a tutorial for that. I'll teach you guys how to do it. It doesn't require any add-ons. I don't have any add-ons to track my mana ticks. So let me know if you guys want to see something like that. I can teach you guys how to do it. So we're on the left side here, super easy. So we're not using a mana barrier, we're not using a mana gem, we're just killing them with ice barrier, shatter combo, super easy. Now you see during that pull, I did not get stunned a single time. Do not be misled and think that the right side is the only side that you can get stunned on. And that's something I have seen people spout on the internet, is that there's certain mobs or a certain wing or certain rooms that can stun you. Like, through my experience, you can get stunned in any wing of the stockades. It can be in the right wing where right is tight, but it could also be on the left side too, and it can even be in the main hallway. You can get stunned. I've gotten stunned all over the place. It's just that the right side is more common to get stunned there, but it's possible to get stunned everywhere and anywhere in this dungeon. Okay, so you always got to be 10 toes. You got to be ready for that to happen. This is a spot where you could use a rank 1 Cone of Cold, but what that is going to do is it's going to make the mobs like waddle into this room. I'm just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting for them to come. So I opt not to, but it is a optional thing you can do. Maybe if you're taking too much damage from the mobs, you can fit in a rank 1 Cone of Cold somewhere to reduce the hits that you're taking. But that'll be up to you. Like I showed you guys before, I don't have any raid gear, so if you have a single piece of raid gear, you're already better geared than I am. But even still, I'm not having to use like a rank 1 cone of cold during my pulls to save on HP or anything like that. The pulls are honestly pretty simple, guys. So remember, right is tight. We're going down this right hallway. You can see by looking at the mini map, and you can see which side is left and which side is right. Even though they look the same, just look at your mini map and it'll tell you which side that you're looking at. I'm gonna go down this one. Once I finish drinking, I'm gonna cast my mana barrier. There's my mana barrier, and we're walking down. Keep in mind, I have mana gems already made. If I did not have a mana gem available, I would have made one before the pull. Now, if this was the main hallway, I would have Frost Nova there, but since this hallway is shorter, I am not going to do that. Get stunned there. Make sure I grab this mob there. Put up another ice barrier. Now, I am ready to ice block if I get stunned here. There's the ice block. Frost Nova. I got one mob hitting me. It is possible for him to stun me, so hopefully he doesn't. He doesn't. Okay. I'm going to use mana gem here. I don't mind face tanking the mobs to finish them off because I do have my blink up in case I get stunned again. Right. Now we're just going to do this last little pull here. Looking at my Nova Instance Tracker, I see I've got 78 mobs killed. There should be about 3 mobs in each room, so that would be 9 plus maybe like 3 more in the center, which would be 12. 12 plus 78 would be about 90, which means that after this pull, this is the last pull, and then we will go towards our last run. Right, grabbing this left side, same side as every time. I always go from left, and then I either blink across or I walk across. If you're worried about getting stunned, it's better to just keep your blink in case you get stunned. But if you do blink across, what that does is it saves duration on your ice barrier. You see, as soon as my ice barrier came off is right when the cooldown came back up. If I would have walked across the center, I would have lost some of my ice barrier, and I would have probably gone like 1 or 2 seconds of taking white hits before my ice barrier came back up. Not really a big deal, but you know, it's those small little optimizations that I've made that has allowed me to be confident to be able to release this guide for you guys, making sure that you guys are getting the best information possible. So it looks like we killed 92 mobs. 93 is the maximum. So if you kill anywhere from like 90 to 93, then you're doing a good job. I forgot to reset, so make sure I reset here. And then this will be the last one, last run for my boosties. Looks like 1 or 2 of my boosties might be AFK. Oh my gosh, look at that. 2 of my boosties just walked out and got a head buff. Oh no, he didn't. For some reason on my UI it was showing that it was fresh, but it's not fresh. Oh, it is fresh. Wow, all these guys got dragon buff, but me. How sad. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get the mana ruby going, just because I used it on my last run. Go ahead and get some full mana here. Isn't it funny how we like mix over our words? When you try to say like 2 words at the same time, you just combine them and you create a whole new word that just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I love the English language. So pulling this first room, last run, guys, last run. Gonna make sure we rank 1 Frost Nova. After that second room, walk towards the third room, rank 1 Arcane Explosion like usual. Gonna walk through this 4th room, and after this 4th room, we are going to blink past the mobs, cast another ice barrier, look for the pat. I'm gonna counter spell him here. All these mobs are gonna social aggro, standing near the middle of the room. I get stunned here. It's okay. Not too worried about it. Shatter combo. Remember what I said, guys. If you have one mob hitting you, it's okay. Don't worry about it. If you have two mobs hitting you, then you know you got a little situation on your hands. You got a couple options. You could wait for the Frost Nova to about to expire on most of the mobs, cast a Cone of Cold so you can still take advantage of that Shatter combo, but at the same time they'll all start moving at the same time, whether the Shatter breaks the Nova or not. You can also use a Cold Snap and just refrost Nova. You could try to kite the mobs, and then once your Ice Block has like 6 seconds left, you can cast Ice Block. And then when your Ice Block expires, you could cast Frost Nova again and try again. You know, you've got a whole bunch of different options. Keep in mind, if you're playing Mage, you're playing definitively top 2 strongest class in the game. Like, it's not even close. I think Warriors undoubtedly should take the #1 spot regardless of how strong Mages are. I think Warriors are probably still stronger. You know, just in regards to just total kit and how they're able to take advantage of war buffs. But Mages are definitely #2, if not #1. So keep in mind, you're playing one of the strongest classes in the game. Like, you've got options. Like, I'm level 60 and my entire action bars are filled. Like, I have 2 spots open down here on the right side, and that's it. You know, compared to like if I was playing a rogue, like half of this action bar would be like filled. You know what I mean? Like, you got so many options as a mage, you got so many buttons to press. I would say, if I'm taking a quick little segment here to just talk about what the strongest classes are, just because this is the 5th run and I don't really have much else to talk about. I would say Warriors definitely strongest class, Mage 2nd strongest class. I think Warlock would be 3rd. That makes probably the most sense to me. I really like Warlocks. I was a top 100 parsing Warlock in Classic. I don't really have any plans on playing Warlock again in Classic, but I think in TBC I might play one. I think that'll be fun for PvE and for the arenas. So we'll see what our TBC plans are. I wonder if you guys would like to see TBC content. Do you guys plan on playing World of Warcraft that long, or do you see yourself quitting after Classic Vanilla ends? Drop a comment down below. I'm curious to know what you guys are thinking and what your plans are for WoW. WoW is a game that I've been playing since 2007, so it's been about 18 years now. So even I have plenty times where I take breaks from the game, very, very long breaks sometimes from the game. But usually I end up coming back just to play the game that I know and love so much. But let me know what you guys feel. Do you guys are you guys enjoying the game right now? Are you not enjoying the game? Are you thinking about quitting the game? Are you thinking about spending more time playing the game? Let me know what you're feeling. I'm curious to know what you guys' experiences are playing the game right now. For me personally, if you guys enjoy this content that I'm making in Classic, then I would love to make more content for you guys in TBC and onward. So just let me know. So we're just waiting for these mobs to group up here. Get a quick little ice block because we got stunned into a Frost Nova. Got one mob hitting us. That's okay. We can still get our Shatter combo off. And I'm okay face tanking these mobs here because my blink is off CD, right? So I'm not too worried about dying here. And looks like we're on to our last pull. So hopefully we don't wipe on this last pull. Assuming we don't wipe on this last pull, then this would be 5 runs for you guys. No wipes. You can see I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm in my 5th one right now. I don't know why it's showing. Oh, that's right, because I walked out and then had to reset. Okay, yeah, my Nova Instance Tracker was kind of confusing me for a sec, but there we go. Got it nice and clean now. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this last pull. Like I said, so 5 runs, 15 gold per person. That's 60 gold and about 37 minutes. We'll see what the total time is after I complete this run and walk up the instance. But I'm showing you guys how I do this with no raid gear, no consumes, no world buffs, no enchants besides a boot enchant, and I'm doing these 5 runs with no wipes at all, with this fully optimized route. This is a route that I optimized, that came up with myself. I've re-recorded this take many times, making sure I get it absolutely perfect, making sure I'm including every single little bit of information that I know and passing it on to you guys, because once I get this video out to you guys, I get this guide out, I really don't plan on stepping back in here because I want to start learning new routes, new dungeons, new farms for you guys, so I can go ahead and make more guides for you all. So anyways, so we're just gonna walk out. Like I said, that's the last run there. So we got paid 60 gold. Let's just open up this trade log once again. We got 15, 15, 15, 15. So that's 60 gold there. And we're gonna see how long that took. We'll open up our Nova instance tracker. 27 minutes on lockout. Subtract 27 from 60. That's 33. So it took 33 minutes. So I'll type in chat, your 5 runs took 33 minutes. Your next instance will be available in 27 minutes. Thank you all. And then I drop from the group, and that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, I will go over the macro if you want to spam this in your general chat or trade chat, or looking for group chat or services chat. It's a /2/4/5 WTS stocks boost, 15 gold for 5 runs, FFA loot, and then I do the SW stop and SW play that triggers my stopwatch. Remember, I try not to press this macro more than once per minute. Now, to show you guys what I do during the other 27 minutes, what I like to do is sell portals, or do AVs, or just go AFK. The amount of options is endless. You can really do whatever you want, but if you do want to maximize your gold while you're in Stormwind, you might as well just sell some boots, or not boots, sell some ports and some 55 water until your instance lockout is available again. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Jenny. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll check you guys out another time. Peace.